Welcome back, guys, to another NFL Talk Show video today. I'm here with my first mock draft of the 2026 season. The NFL draft is upon us, and we are going to do our first mock draft. So, at pick number one, we have the Raiders are on the clock, and we have Fernando Mendoza going to the Raiders. I think this might be the easiest pick for the Raiders. They need quarterback. I know they just signed Kirk Cousins, but yeah, they need another quarterback. So now the Jets are at number two. Um, they need a lot of things: wide receiver, defense end, quarterback, linebacker, and offensive guard. But I'm gonna go with Arvell Reese from Ohio State. He's a good defense end, and I have him at number two. Okay, I picked number three. I'm gonna do my first ever NFL talk show trade, and I am gonna have the Dallas Cowboys trading with the Cardinals, and they are going to trade pick 12 and 20 for number three. So we're going to confirm this. This might be a lot, but it could be enough for pick number three. So, and you know what? We're just going to throw in picks 65. So make it a little bit even. But we're gonna accept this trade. So we're gonna have the Cowboys moving up to number three, and they are gonna take David Bailey from Texas Tech. He's gonna be a really good player, and I think the Cowboys need a defense end after losing Micah Parsons. And they do pick at pick 12. I don't know if they'll get the chance to get Ruben Bain at 12 because you have like the Dolphins, Bengals, Chiefs. Um, and that's really like the only good defense end because there's some good defense ends later, but they're not like top five. So I think the Cowboys are going to trade because the Cardinals, they want offensive tackle and they want quarterback. So I think later for the Cardinals. So I think number three, there should be a trade. All right, the Tennessee Titans are up at number four. And I have Ruben Bain going to the Titans. Robert Saleh loves his defensive players and reconnect him with Cam Ward from Miami. So two Miami players from back-to-back drafts. And I think Ruben Bain's a really good player. Um, I think he could go number two. He could go number three. But yeah, he's gonna be a top maybe top five pick. Definitely top 10 though. But we have the Giants on the clock at number five. This is interesting because um, Dexter Lawrence wants to trade, um, requested a trade today. So maybe Dexter Lawrence might be on the move, but he needs a new contract, so that's why. At pick five here, I'm gonna go with Sonny Styles. He had a really good combine, like shocked a lot of people, and I think John Harbaugh getting that type of player, and I know they just got Tremaine Edmonds, but pairing him up with Edmonds will be a really good duo, I think, and really boost up that defense. That defense is gonna be really good, and I do think the Giants are gonna be really good next year or this upcoming season. At number six, we have the Browns. They need offensive tackle, wide receiver. I'm just gonna go Carnell Tate here from Ohio State. They need to get a wide receiver to pair up with Jerry Jeudy, and I think Carnell Tate will be perfect for them. Now the Commanders. This is hard for me. They could go wide receiver. They need a center really bad, but I don't think they're gonna pick center in the top 10. That's like really rare now. But I'm gonna go with the best player, and that is Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame. They lost who was their running back? I forget who their running back is, but they did bring in Rashid White from the Bucks, Rashad White from the Bucks, and I just think Jeremiah Love's just a good player, and I think with Jaden Daniels, especially after last season, what happened with the Commanders, getting a really good player here at number seven will help their offense. So we have the Saints here. The Saints are really interesting. They played really well at the end of the season. Um, they do need defensive end. I know they have Chase Young, but we're not gonna go defensive end. We're gonna go cornerback Mansour Delane from LSU. They need a corner, another corner with Kool-Aid McKinstry. And getting Delane here is a really good pickup for them. Number nine, the Chiefs. They have another first round pick at pick 29. You guys can see. But with their first pick here, they need a lot. They can go offensive tackle. They can go safety. I don't think they'll go safety though. They could go corner. They need a corner. They go wide receiver if they want. But I'm just gonna take the offense tackle they need, and I'm gonna go with um let's see. They need a right tackle. So, you know what? I'm gonna just pick for them. I'm gonna go Caleb Lumu. I know he can play left and right, but it doesn't matter for the Chiefs. They need offense tackle help. They just drafted the offense tackle last year, Josh Simmons, and I do think he'll go there. They need offense tackle anyway, so. All right, so at pick number 10, we have the Bengals defense tackle, safety, and linebacker. Um, you know what? With the Bengals, they need defense tackle help badly. I know they have Jonathan Allen, but they need another one. But right here, we are going to just take the best player, and that is Caleb Downs. Um, if these players weren't ahead of Caleb Downs, honestly he might be at number two, or he might be at number five, or he might go to six, seven, eight. He's gonna go in this range. But at number 10, I have him going to the Bengals. They need help on their secondary, and I think Caleb Downs will help that. Now the Dolphins. All right, they're interesting. They need corner, wide receiver, because they lost Jalen Waddle. But yeah, this is interesting. And I'm gonna go with for them. I'm gonna pick Jermon McCoy from Tennessee. They need a really good corner, and they struggled last year, especially in their corner position. They were bad last season. Okay, I picked 12. This is the Cowboys pick. Now going to be the Cardinals pick after that trade we made earlier. And I'm going to pick Francis Mauigoa from Miami. The Cardinals need a right tackle, and that will be like just set up their offensive line for a little bit now. But yeah, they need an offensive line, and getting one of the better tackles in the draft here at pick 12, and I think that's gonna happen. So at number 13, we have the Rams. They can go wide receiver, offensive tackle, linebacker, basically anything here. They do need a slot wide receiver, but this is gonna be a wild pick. I'm gonna pick Kenyon Sadiq from Oregon, the tight end. I know Tyler Higbee's, did he sign I think he signed a 2 year or 1 year deal with the Rams, but they need to get younger at that position. And I think get one of the best tight ends. He ran the fastest 40 time in tight ends. Um, He's a really good player. Ravens at 14. Um, they need offensive linemen a lot, like badly. Um, and I'm gonna take Vega Iona from Penn State. I wouldn't mind if he would go to the Steelers, but in my mock draft, we have him going to the Ravens. They need offensive linemen badly, especially losing Tyler Linderbaum, and they have basically no guards besides Josh Simpson. Yeah, just need to boost up that offensive line. Okay, at number 15, we have the Buccaneers. Defensive end, linebackers, defense tackle. I'm gonna go Kedrick Folk. He's a bigger, he's 6'6". He's a bigger defensive end, a little bit longer, and they need a good pass rush. They have Villa up the middle, and they have a solid defense, but they need to work on their defense ends. So I'm gonna take Kedrick Folk here. So the Jets are back on the clock. We took Arvil Reese earlier. So now they're going to take Jordan Tyson from Arizona State, pair him up with Garrett Wilson, and I think that'll be a good duo. And yeah, at number 17, we have the Lions are on the clock. So yeah, they need offensive tackle badly, and especially left tackle. But we don't know if they're going to move Penei Sewell to left tackle or right tackle. So we are just gonna go with them sticking with Penei Sewell at right tackle. So we're gonna take Caden Proctor from Alabama. He's a big left tackle, and I think he can go to the Lions at pick 17. At pick 18, um, the Vikings are on the clock. They need safety. Harrison Smith is a free agent, or he's not on the team anymore. So I'm gonna go with Dylan Faderman from Oregon. He's a safety. Um, just boost up that secondary. All right. The Panthers are on the clock. Offense tackle, safety, defense tackle, wide receiver. I'm gonna go with Monroe Freeling from Georgia. He is 6'7", and I know he plays right tackle. And they lost Tyler Moulton. I don't know if he re-signed, but they need offense tackle help. So I'm gonna go with Freeling at 19. The Cardinals are back on the clock, and I have them taking a quarterback, Ty Simpson. They have no quarterbacks besides Jacoby Brissett. They lost Kyler Murray. He went to the Vikings. So they need a quarterback, and I think Ty Simpson would fit their system. They have Mike LaFleur is their new head coach now, and I think they have to get himself a quarterback. So the Steelers on the clock, and you know who I'm going to take? Makai Lemon from USC. The Steelers need a slot wide receiver, and I think they'll get another wide receiver in this draft, maybe like in the fourth or third round, possibly. So I'm gonna go with Makai Lemon to the Steelers. Okay, the Chargers at pick 22, offense guard, defense end, defense tackle, and we are going to take Spencer Fano. I know he's listed at offense tackle. He can play offense tackle, guard, and center. So versatile offense lineman here, and you can move him at guard, center, doesn't matter. But I'm gonna take him here for the Chargers. The Eagles are on the clock, and they can go offense tackle here, defensive end. I'm gonna take for the Eagles. Um, we are going to take Akeem Mesidor from Miami. He was a really good player last season for the Hurricanes, pairing up with Ruben Bain last season, and they went to the national championship because of these two players. And I think Mesidor had a really good season last year, so I have him going to the Eagles. At pick 24, the Browns are on the clock. They need offensive tackle. We're going to take Blake Miller from Clemson. Um, I think he plays right tackle, and yeah, the Browns just need linemen. So at pick 25, the Bears are on the clock. They need defense tackle, and we're going to take Caden McDonald from Ohio State. He was a run stuffer last season with Ohio State, and he's a really good player. So I have him going to the Bears. At pick 26, the Bills are on the clock. Defensive end, wide receiver, safety, linebacker, and we are going to take CJ Allen from Georgia. He's a linebacker. Probably I think he's the only linebacker that could go in the first round projected. So he's a good linebacker, and the Bills do need linebacker help. The 49ers are on the clock, offensive tackle, wide receiver. Um, with them, I'm gonna go Casey Concepcion from Texas A&M. He's a slot wide receiver. They need a slot. They have Mike Evans. They also have Ricky Pearsall. They have they have maybe Brandon Ayuk. We don't know yet, but they still need wide receiver help. So Concepcion will be a good piece for them. And the Texans, this might be the steal of the draft, and that is Peter Woods from Clemson. Last season in the 2025, if you did a mock draft like before, this guy was like top five pick in the mock draft. So getting him at pick 28, he had a bad season because Clemson was just bad last season. So I have him going to Texans. So the Chiefs are back on the clock again. We did take who we took offense tackle first for the Chiefs. So we can go corner, we go wide receiver, defensive end. But I'm gonna take for them for the Chiefs, we are going to go corner and we're going to take Brandon Cissé from South Carolina. Um, Losing Trent McDuffie, they made a trade, so that's how they got this pick here. But yeah, they need to replace Trent McDuffie, so they have to get another corner. So the Dolphins are on the clock. We can go wide receiver. We can go offensive guard because we did go corner earlier. Let me just make sure. Yep, we went corner earlier. So we're gonna pick a wide receiver, and that's gonna be Omar Cooper Jr. from Indiana. Um, I did a mock draft earlier, but I had the Raiders maybe trading up so they can reconnect the Indiana boys together, Omar Cooper and Fernando Mendoza. But in this mock draft, we have Omar Cooper going to the Dolphins. All right, the Patriots with the 31st pick, and there's some good players still out here, but I'm gonna go with TJ Parker from Clemson. Um, yeah, he's a really good defensive end. He had a great season the year before, not this year. But same thing with Pierre Woods. It kind of happened. Same thing happened with just Clemson was just bad this year, so that's why they're for falling so far. And the Super Bowl champions, the Seattle Seahawks, are the last pick of the first round, and they need a lot of pieces. They lost a lot in free agency, but we are going to take um, our very own Terrell from Clemson, another Clemson player. But I know he just got hurt, but he's honestly a really good player. And the Seahawks just lost Tariq Woolen, but they re-signed Josh Jobe, so we're gonna take another corner for them. So this is my first mock draft, and here we go. This is our first round mock draft. We did have one trade, and that's the only trade. But yeah, what do you guys think? Hope you guys like this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and see you guys next time. And yeah, see. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace.